You sort of think, oh, they're annoying symptoms, but when you don't know about diabetes and what the symptoms are, you can think of reasons why you might have those symptoms. I'm really tired. Oh, it must be because I'm a mother with 3 children and I'm working and doing all these other things. So it's really easy to make excuses. Like most people diagnosed with diabetes, you first think, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to take this pill now and that's going to sort it all out. I don't need to worry about all those things that I've been told I should be looking into, like I should be exercising, I should be eating well, I should be trying to be less stressed. I think you just think, oh, give me the tablet, I'll take that, and if that fixes it, then that's all fine.
So, what time are you likely to be home?
It's very hard to put into place all those other things, especially if you're worrying about your family and your children.
Good. Okay. Bye. Bye, Mum. View. Be careful.
I think the first time my specialist sort of bailed me up, I was devastated. I felt like when she said to me, you're not keeping on top of your blood sugars, you're not taking them enough times a day, you're not monitoring yourself. I was so upset and I felt like screaming at her and saying, but I have all these other things to deal with, and don't you understand? You're a mother as well. So how come you're not on my side? And yes, I do take my blood sugars. Okay, so I've only been taking them once a day. But hey, give me a break. It's really hard. But deep down that they're absolutely right. And I think that makes it worse because then you feel really guilty. My actual journey with depression, I think would have started in my teens, but I wasn't diagnosed till I was 24, and that was after I lost someone in my family and didn't deal with their death, maybe as I should have. The symptoms that I had with the depression, before I realised that I had it or was diagnosed, I used to get very, very anxious and suffer panic attacks. I was there washing my hands and somebody, one of the other girls came into the bathrooms and said, oh, how are you and how's your day? And just her saying that to me just opened the floodgates and I couldn't stop crying. And I cried for about 3 hours, I think, which was really weird because before that, I hadn't been able to cry at all. The next step after I'd been to the GP, he wrote me a referral straight away to see a psychiatrist. I think having the depression and the diabetes, yes, diabetes is a long-term disorder and depression can be a long-term disorder as well, but you can recover from it, whereas diabetes, you can't recover from it as such. The diabetes makes the depression more difficult because having the diabetes, you don't feel like exercising. You feel shocking. You feel like, everything's like lead when it's uncontrolled. You don't have any energy, you're really tired, all those sorts of things. And yet that if you could just motivate yourself to get out the door, go for a walk, then you'd be helping the depression and you'd be helping the diabetes. But it's a real catch-22, and I think psychologically you have to get over the barrier of the two interconnected things happening, and it definitely makes it more difficult to look after your depression when you have diabetes. And also with the depression, that doesn't help the diabetes because it makes you think, oh, I can't be bothered to look after myself. Some of the strategies to deal with the diabetes is, first of all, you have to accept it. That's your major thing. If you don't accept it, then you're not going to get anywhere or go anywhere. And you're just going to become less well and consequently more depressed and so on and so forth. The strategies in dealing with both of those illnesses are quite similar. Eating well, exercising, being less stressed and getting enough sleep. If I was giving advice to someone in my situation, I'd say number one is look after yourself. Don't do as I do or have done. That's the number one thing, to look after your own physical and mental and emotional health, because if you look after those things, then everything else will sort of fall into place.
Hey, look at these photos.
You need support, and hopefully that can be from your life partner. But if not from them, then you need a good social network of supportive people.
It is very green.
You need your diabetes educator, you need your psychiatrist and your specialist. You need all those people, and they're going to give you a hard time sometimes. And you usually know that when they're giving you a hard time, it's because you're not doing the right thing by yourself. I think in a way I'm lucky that I know I have these two things and that there are proactive things I can do to look after myself, but it's up to me. The buck stops with me.